Hello, everyone. It's the Rideshare Reseller. It is New Year's Day, and as I promised, I am going to give you a complete update on my yearly totals. And as many of you know, and some of you who don't, I started April 1st, 2019 as what I want to call full-time or starting to pick. So for the first 3 months, it was a little scattered. You'll see that from my totals, and I have built from there. So this is just a 9-month segment because I did not do January, February, or March. We will do a big update on the 1 year and go through everything and show you what kind of tax write-offs I got, hopefully all that kind of stuff, to show you what you can write off or how at least I got to write off some things. So it'll be interesting. This is here to help you. You resellers can compare yourself to me and say, hey, this is, what you're doing and I'm doing or whatever. Please remember one very key thing. I live in a very wealthy area of the United States. I live in Silicon Valley. So there is a lot of people that throw away a lot of good stuff or, throw away to donate and also have at garage sales. So please remember that. Don't compare yourself to others because it's so much different everywhere across this country. This is I want to consider it an unusual little circumstance, me doing what I'm doing. So please remember that, all right? Now, I'm going to give you a quick tip about receipts. You see that box right back there? That box is my receipts. I am done with my tax entering for 2019. I do it every week. So the way I do it, and if you do this, and this is what I'm talking about, being disciplined. If you do it every week, any receipts you get, enter it into a simple spreadsheet. If you have a Mac, you have, I think it's Numbers is what I use. And if you have Windows, you probably have some other program. But anyhow, it's much easier if you do it that way. At the end of the year, you don't have to worry about entering 600 receipts or finding them all, and then it's just a nightmare. So try to enter them as much as you can. If you skip a week, fine, but just continue to keep doing it. It'll save you so much time at the end of the year. Now what I do is everything that I'm going to get for my taxes is going to go in that box, and then I'm going to seal that box and write on the outside of it what it is. If the IRS wants it, I'll put a label on it and mail it to them. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. So make it as easy as possible on yourself by doing that, all right? All right, second, I'm going to go over just a couple of things that I'm looking forward to in this year and what I'm going to do and how my plan for my next year. More content, more videos. I was just, very, very busy with some things, Christmas, all that stuff. No excuses, but it's tricky and it's tough. I have no idea how some of these guys do it every day. More power to him, Commonwealth Picker. He does it. He has a family, Lonnie in the Shed. All these people, so they are able to. My one issue is space. I live in a California home. We don't have basements. We don't have outbuildings, things like that. Our homes are, not that big, and so mine's mostly in the garage, and I have a small shed in the back, that kind of thing. So I hope to improve upon that as the year goes along. And the next thing I want to be patient. So I'm learning that now. It's probably my number one fault in life, period, is patience. I do so much better in everything I do when I'm patient. When I'm not, it's a mess. So that's what I'm looking forward to, is to being a little bit more patient in the stores, being a little bit more picky, and not kind of looking up every little thing, I pretty much know that DVDs are this or video games are that. I don't do a lot of those games unless I'm at a garage sale and can buy them in bulk or find something very unusual or unique. All right? That's basically, I don't want to waste time. I want to get in my stores, move around, figure out what I got going, and then move on. That kind of thing. I definitely want to do more garage sales. I think that was my biggest weakness of 2019 as a new reseller. I started late. I did not start really garage selling till probably middle of June. And so I missed a good 3 months in my area in the spring, and I missed that. So this year I'm going to concentrate a lot on garage sales and being more efficient on how to get to those garage sales and so forth and so on. So that's going to be my number one priority, will be garage sales. In this valley, I think there's a ton of money that I left on the table. So we're going to find out this year, all right? And then I want to learn. I want to learn more from other resellers. I have a really good network of reselling friends now. It's amazing how many resellers will help you if you just get out and do it. I have at least 6 or 7 that are extremely helpful for me and have been doing it for 20, 25 years. You'd be amazed at the knowledge that they have, and you will pick up something here and something there. So again, that's something that I'm looking forward to. All right, and one more tip, people. I say this a lot. Don't be afraid of the big items, the large items. For example, that box right there, that tall box is a set of golf clubs. And a lot of people won't touch those. I paid $30 for those, and within 1 week, I sold them for $199 plus $40 shipping. And I believe that is a category, meaning bigger items, where you have a chance to pick up some of those items because other people will pass on them who are pickers because they don't have the space or they just don't want to deal with them. So you will see in my videos some of the large items that I pick up and that I do sell. So, and the reason why is because I'm not afraid to ship it, and people will pay the shipping if they want it. So keep that in mind. All right, let's get started here. Let's see what we can come up with. Hopefully, let me do something here. What do I gotta do? I gotta shrink my window, I think. Hold on, let me shrink it. Let me see if I can do something here. All right, let me shrink my window because I'm going to have to do it because of the way it's screen saving today. All right, hopefully I'm going to shrink myself a little smaller and try and make these a little bigger for you. All right, up first, I'm just going to go over it. Now, I also want to clarify something. I did not have like a blowout fourth quarter. I just had a normal fourth quarter for what I feel I did. Number one is I wasn't prepared for fourth quarter, meaning I didn't know, I didn't know what to sell and so forth. I had an idea, but I kind of stuck to my principles, and I didn't just go ripping it up, As you can see, my 31-day sales in December were $11,603, which is pretty much where I have been for the last 4 or 5 months, anywhere from $10,500 to $12,000 a month in gross sales. So I didn't tear it up dramatically, and I didn't fade either. So that's something I'm going to have to work on also. Is next year is how to approach that. I don't do a lot of retail arbitrage. I probably will not do much retail arbitrage, and I will just stick to what I do now. So there's the last 31 days, 11,603. All right. So that gives you the December. It's straightforward, shows you that I didn't absolutely knock it out of the park. So let's go over April and June sales. Okay, we're going to start all over again. April 1st to June 29th, 13,429. Everybody can see that number. That's where I was for the month, those 3 months. That's when I first started out. Then we hop into June through September. And as you can see, June through September, 27,309. I'm picking up dramatically, almost doubled my sales the next 3 months. So 27,309. Now we come to the last quarter of the year. So the last quarter of the year, I picked up off of the second quarter that I had. I did from September to December, I did $33,376 in total sales. This is gross sales, okay, guys? So progression, and a little progression all the way along. It looks like I was averaging about $11,000 a month, roughly, for 6 months. So that was, that was pretty darn good. At least I think that is. All right, so now let us go back, and we're going to show you now the fees. Here's something that we're going to find out. the pedal to the metal, because the fees, eBay's gonna have their fees, the post office, and PayPal, which will include FedEx. Okay, so here's the fees, and then at the end I'm gonna have a sheet here, kind of show you the breakdown. All right, here's April to June fees. April to June, I paid $4,267 in fees to PayPal, eBay, and post office, and FedEx. So that was running 31.6%. That's probably because I didn't know what I was doing shipping wise, because I think my shipping was off a lot. So that probably was a little bit higher, because I think the next months are better. At least I think so. All right, let's go into see, July and September. The fees were again 30%. Now, if there's other resellers out there, I don't know if this number is too high. If I'm doing something wrong in this area, I have no idea. So if I'm entering something wrong, let me know. But this is what at least it's telling me. So this was running, so that was 3 months. I had $8,507 in fees, shipping, and so forth. So that was a hefty number. Okay, now in October, I managed to get my fees down. So that might be me again learning shipping or something. It drops about 5%. So that was $9,036 net selling cost. I think you probably want to be about 25%. I'm guessing that's probably where most people want to be. Again, if anybody out there knows, who have been longer than me, if my numbers are too high, let me know, so that I can make some adjustments or do something that correct something I'm doing wrong. All right, so we've got those numbers. So there's the fees, okay? Now we're going to have to go into, all right, sales minus the fees. So here we go, all right? Okay, here we go. It came up. Boom. All right, guys. So again, if anybody out there, if you have any suggestions, comments, let me know about these. All right, I'm very straightforward and very upfront with everybody. All right. So my total sales from April to December, $74,957. My total fees were $21,977. 9 months. So that's, whatever that number comes out to. Here's my cost of goods. Okay. All those receipts down there and garage sale money, whatever I had for garage sale money, because I kept track of that also. My cost of goods were $9,515, which gives me $43,465 left over on that $74,000 sale. So my cost of goods were $9,500 and $43,000. So let's call it 4.5 times my money. So I invested $9,515, and that's how I did. I started with basically $200 or $300. That's a big thing. I started with $200 and kept turning it over and turning it over. That's the way I did it. I didn't take $5,000 out of my savings account and just pile it in. That's why my first 3 months were steady. I was buying, and then take that money, reinvest it, and so forth. So you can start an eBay business with very little money if you're disciplined and you know what you're doing. You got to be disciplined, though. That's the key. You can't just sit there and go, I'm going to pump it in, spend $50, and pump it in. You're not going to get anywhere. You just got to let it kind of rotate and roll. And pretty soon you're going to have a big nest egg, which I do, and you're going to be able to, have more purchasing power. All right, now here's another thing to think about, okay? So I have 661 items still in inventory. I have been around the 600 item plateau for a while. That's a lot. Remember, being new, you're going to make mistakes, and you're going to have to build up, you build up inventory, and some of the stuff doesn't sell. I'm going to tell you, though, that I have found that a lot of things that you don't think will sell over time. That does happen. You will get better and more efficient, and that's what's happening here, because I'm sticking in that 600 range, which means I'm not building it crazily high. It's not going down, but I'm not making nearly as many mistakes. So it's one in, one out, one in, one out. And, you're just going to have to deal with that. Now, during the spring, I plan on having a big garage sale, and I will peel out a lot of these items that are really dead wood, and then I will just have a garage sale and just try to get my money back and maybe make a few bucks. So that's the other thing, how I'm going to pare my inventory back down. You just get better at it. You just get better at picking up items that you know will sell. It just happens. So if we average my net over 12 months, which is the 43,465 divided by 9, that gives me $44,829 per month net with no taxes out. Another key word, no taxes out. Which would, if I was to add the 3 months in, I would have had, instead of 43,465, 57,953 would have been a full year. Minus, now I'd have to take out taxes. Now everybody's tax situation is a little different. It's going to be interesting to see what mine is this year. I got a feeling I'm going to be okay. With some of my write-offs and some of these other things that I'm able to. I don't think I'm going to get crushed. Okay. It'll be this next year that I might have to worry about more so, because this was maybe a 6-month period. So I think I'll fall into hopefully an area where I'm not going to be completely disappointed. Okay. But let's put it in another perspective, okay? For you people who are out there thinking you want to become eBay resellers or whatever. This will give you a general idea, okay, of what, let's call it $120,000 in gross sales would possibly look like. Let's round it to 60, just for fun. 60,000 before taxes are taken out. So now you have to ask yourself, what are you making now at your job if you wanted to do this full time? And can you make a living off of $60,000? That's the question, right? You'll have to ask yourself. But I think this will help some people to get a feel for what that is and what that's like. And hopefully that it will either encourage you or make you think a little bit. I personally think that the best way to do it is to start it part-time and build that nest egg that I'm talking about, not use that money, but to roll in until you kind of get over some of the major mistakes that you possibly will make and get used to what your patterns of and how you're sourcing your product. So I think that is probably the way most people should go. I have Uber. I love Uber. I really do. I mean, I miss it sometimes if I'm not doing it. It's just something I like. And so I don't know if I'm going to go full time. I mean, I could easily do it. I really could. I mean, I don't need to make a ton of money. I had a business for 30 years, so I understand business. I'm not going to get wealthy doing this, which I don't need to do that. So I'm in a different situation as than most of you in the valley. I should say in the country. So please remember that I am a little bit different in many ways. But this, I hope, will give you some confidence and some something to think about. The numbers aren't probably perfect, okay? We'll go over that after the 1 year point, and we'll really take a good look at it, hopefully. And I'll try to give you even better information on that. So I'm pretty straightforward, guys. I'm pretty honest. I like to be that way. And I hope that you learned something from my 9 months. I hope to have, like I said, more videos out for you guys. And I hope that if you're thinking about taking on this challenge of becoming an eBay reseller, that you're gonna be doing it great, and hopefully if you watch enough of all of our videos, you will basically become not make as many mistakes is what I'm trying to say. That's it. Oh, one more point. A lot of people ask me, well, how did you learn this? Did you do, I don't know, what are these things they call them, where people pay people to teach them and that kind of thing. You know, these YouTube channels that, hey, come over here, give me $1,000 and I'm going to show you how to do this. I didn't do that. I don't think you need to do that. Now, I'm not going to knock those guys. If all those people have great content and they can teach you something, more power to them, and you want to do it that way, go for it. Personally, I don't think you need to do that. You know, I don't think you need to go that way. There's enough information on YouTube for you to really figure this out on your own. Okay? That truly is. So that you just need to remember that. Watch enough of the YouTube guys, you'll figure it out. I don't think you need to go dumping money, into basically infomercials. So be careful. That's my opinion. Many will be mad at me, but that is my opinion, and and I'm proof of that. I didn't need to do that, okay? And that's where I'm at. All right, guys. So give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and if you want to subscribe, that helps too. And I will be hopefully making a few more videos for you. So thanks again, and have a great day, guys.